Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, it's Thursday. It's almost Friday. We had a delightful day yesterday. High was only 87. And tonight, today it's going to be a little bit hotter, but that's gradual. And it's a great morning as temperatures are going to be a little bit on the cooler side as compared to later on this week and weekend. By the way, take a look at the visibility. May not be perfect everywhere, but we have some fog indications. Visibility has dropped to 2 miles. Bell County, I imagine it stretches well into Claiborne County as well as Granger County. But visibility may be even worse in parts of the Smokies, down about a mile as estimated around Mount LeConte. So temperatures are also part of the story, but a little bit of fog here or there. Wanted to show you the boxes. These are the temperatures, and you can see in comparison, most of us are in the mid-60s, but there are some exceptions. Some of us are waking up very nice and comfortable at 58 degrees if you're in Cumberland County, Crossville, Fairfield Glade. Beautiful, right? Temperatures are starting off in the upper 50s. It almost feels like it's a little taste of autumn comparably. And again, it is summer. 63 is the current temperature in Morristown and 63 degrees in Newport. If you're on the call, let me know. I'm going to do my best to share your voice because I have the ability to put you on my screen. It takes a little bit of clicking here or there, and that's what I'm kind of doing right now to make sure that everybody is online. If you have a comment on both YouTube or Facebook, either one actually, I'm happy to help you get you on the screen here. That's what I'm trying to do right now is I kind of multitask, but that's kind of what I'm looking at here, both YouTube and Facebook. If you've got a comment, I have a Steve Stone comment. Let's start off with YouTube and say good morning to you, Steve. Steve's on here. He's also sharing that he's got good morning from Rockford. Good to have you, Steve. He's got the YouTube icon on the right side, so I do know he's on YouTube. But if you have a comment, love to say hi to you. We'll do that throughout this presentation, but throughout this live stream. By the way, it's 6:43. How cool are you? It's 63 in Madisonville, as well as Jacksboro. We've got 59 in Oneida. Dew points are very low. For this time of year, it's pretty comfortable. You're not going to get much better than the upper 50s to low 60s as we head into the weekend, and it'll start to creep back into the mid to upper 60s. So we're going to add in a few more degrees by Saturday, by Sunday, and so it goes. That's one thing we can anticipate in the days that lie ahead. Meanwhile, the ultimate Doppler radar presented by our local Marco's Pizza, not showing much at all. Some of you may have been benefiting or benefited from a few drops of rain. I guess it was psychological. A couple of sprinkles. That's probably generous. A couple of sprinkles, spots of rain developed during the midday hours yesterday, and again, it was widely scattered. We talked about that in last night's video. By the way, Hardin Valley, Farragut, if you are hungry for a lunch item, may I recommend Marco's Pizza. Marcos.com has locations in Maryville, Fountain City. They're in Halls, they're in Oak Ridge and Anderson County. They also have a location in Middlebrook Pike as well as Ebenezer Road. They're under new ownership, new leadership, and better than ever, Marco's Pizza, Marcos.com. They're also corporate sponsors of No Kid Hungry. They give back quite a bit to our local communities. By the way, the Pepperoni Magnifico is less than $10, a great deal there for a limited time. And the new Pizzoli, which might be a great lunch idea for you this afternoon, limited time for less than $6. I love the pepperoni and sausage. Gotta love that. By the way, the radar pretty quiet this morning. You'll notice it's not showing much at all. The little bit of fog, it looks like in the gray areas in West Tennessee, but really not a factor here this morning. Got another note from Fred. Hello, Fred. Let's say good morning to you because you won't cover the screen there. He says, good morning, David. He's got 65 in Maryville. So Blount County also in the mid-60s. Thank you for that update, Fred. And he says he's not looking forward to the next heat wave. And it is going to be a heat wave. There's no doubt about that. I do believe we're going to have a very taxing period of time from essentially Friday afternoon right through the middle part of next week. And it's really going to be until we get some serious rain opportunities, which probably won't be until Thursday, another week from today, which I digress. But a lot of weather still to come. I just want you to be prepared. I did use the word dangerous heat and humidity on the way. Chose my words carefully because I do think that that's going to be a real issue. Want to say good morning to Carol. Carol Smith. She's writing, good morning. I'm ready for some rain. I'm with you. It's made it a very difficult summer to continue the tomato plants, the cucumbers, and green peppers. I'm sure having to water yourself gets a little tiresome. It would be nice if Mother Nature could help out. We're just not seeing much, as you can see on the radar. Where did all the rain go? It's up in New England. It's up in Maine. It's heading up toward Canada. The leftovers of Burl, or whatever is left over of that hurricane that was in Houston a couple of days ago, is now up into New England. You can see more wet weather in parts of Florida, and you'll notice a disturbed area of showers and storms. On the east side of Florida, that's also something the Hurricane Center is watching, which we'll look at here in mere moments. By the way, it's 6:46. Here's the national scene if you're headed to the beaches this week or this weekend. It may be a little unsettled there today with more clouds and more rain. I wanted to show you the drought monitor. This is a product from NOAA that comes out every Thursday. But because Independence Day was a federal holiday last Thursday, it came out on Wednesday. So it was usually comes out Thursday. It'll come out this morning around 8:30. But I wanted to show you for comparison. If this was last week's drought monitor, and you can see we have some color here. The yellow area represents abnormally dry. We could call that level 1 out of 5 levels of a drought in yellow, and that's part of Knox County. Some of the brown areas, like Decatur and Crossville, Harriman, Wartburg, they're under a moderate drought. That's level 2. So if this is where we are a week ago, imagine how dry some of you are going to be going into the days ahead. So this is the yellow area from Speedwell, Tazewell. This is abnormally dry. It could grow across Mascot and downtown Knoxville. It's certainly possible with the new publication of the drought monitor later today. It also covers a moderate drought in Nyota, in Philadelphia, in Riceville, Tellico Plains, and so it goes. I got a couple of notes here. I want to say good morning to you. Yesterday's high was a delicious, a yummy 87 degrees. Now, 87 doesn't sound all that cool, but relative to where we were on Independence Day, that was a 97-degree tie for a record, and record highs are, in fact, going to be in view. Certainly next Monday, I think we're going to take that one out. Next Monday, I believe, is upper 90s, like 98 from 1995. So there's at least one record I think that's going to fall, and the others will have to be watched as well. The record high today is 99 from 1881. Today I'm expecting a high of 91, so we should be about 8 degrees shy of today's record high. Record low is 54, 1963. And we hit 87. We started yesterday morning, or finished the day, I guess, closer to midnight at 70. So a lot cooler as time had worn on. If you're on the call, I want to say good morning to April. She's watching. Dizzy Brown is watching. And I've got Sylvia. She's watching. As I look at Kelly Hart's note here, I believe she's on here. I want to say good morning to Kelly. She's in Crossville, Cumberland County, and she's making note that we need rain really bad because our grass is not only yellow, but it's also brown. I totally understand how that feels. So, Kelly, make sure you're aware it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And again, I put this last week drought monitor out for introduction because many of us during the Independence holiday, well, that was the last thing we were thinking about. I wasn't thinking drought monitor. On the 4th of July, I, like you, was thinking fireworks on the 4th of July. But that's where the drought monitor was a week ago. Now, here's where we've been the last 10 days. First day of the month was 87. And yesterday was 87, but we've had 8 hot days in between. As I mentioned, we tied the record high on the 4th of July. That record was from 1993. So now we have 2 years in the 4th of July record books of 97, 1993, and 2024. No wind to speak of right now, so we have very little wind to speak of. You can see there's very few clouds right now, and I think we'll find some scattered clouds throughout the day as the heat builds in. I'm expecting a high around 91 degrees in Knoxville. Notice the temperatures right now, 65 in Knoxville. It's currently 69 in Nashville, but 10 degrees cooler there in Johnson City. Johnson City's 59, Nashville, Music City at 69. And dew points they're temperate. I mean, they're moderate. They're not off the chart, and they're very low when you see some 50s. So some yellow areas from Roanoke, Greensboro, they're also enjoying a low humid start to the Thursday outlook. Feels like temperatures obviously not an issue as we're going to continue to keep humidity relatively low today, tomorrow, and really starts to crank up later on this weekend. You can see that illustrated here. Here's 12 noon. There's some humidity, but it's not off the chart. Usually that green ooze, when it's dark green, is when it's really stuffy, and the stuffy air will eventually return. But here's 11:30 tonight, a little bit in the air. 3 o'clock in the morning, not much to see, but then it slowly begins. As you can see, the trend is for it to bring most of this green back into the picture by the weekend. There's Saturday at noon. It's pretty sticky, and the only dry areas really would be maybe in the mountains of North Carolina, because the humidity will only come back and stick with us for much of the early part of next week. Now, as far as the heat is concerned, here at 6:50, not a whole lot of clouds to see. I want to set up our sunrise, which came up at 6:29. We've lost a minute in the morning. It was 6:28 yesterday. Not quite a minute, but it's been we've been losing extra seconds each and every day since the summer solstice. But good news is the sun still sets at 8:54. Hot day today, yes. Hazy, we could call it the two H's, right? Hazy and hot. Tomorrow will be the same way. Hazy and hotter on Friday, because I think tomorrow we're at 96. So we're going to tack on 5 degrees tomorrow as compared to today, because today I think we're about 91. So a very hot day for the 11th of June. At least, again, 87 yesterday. We'll be 4 degrees warmer today and 5 degrees warmer still on Friday. 10 o'clock today, we should be in the upper 70s, about 77. By 2 o'clock, about 86 as you head out the door. Here are my high temperatures. And you pick out your favorite town. Some of you may not even get out of the 80s, and that's okay. You may be at 89 for La Follette, 89 for Middlesboro, but I do think low 90s will be more common from Oak Ridge to Maryville, Alcoa, Morristown about 90, Dandridge about 91, and about 90 for Jefferson City. So a hot day today, at least hotter than yesterday. Sevierville may stop at 87. By the way, the 7-day outlook, we just had some colors suddenly added yesterday afternoon. Not so much concerned about the Pacific, because that'll handle itself, but it's that area that's off the Carolina coast. The disturbed weather, it's not a very high chance, but it's a chance all the same that the National Hurricane Center thinks there's a 10% chance. So what you're saying is there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance that this could get a name, but at the very least, it's going to be disruptive for those at the beach. If you're headed to the beach, that means higher surf, bigger waves, more clouds, and occasional showers. It's not going to ruin the beach vacation, I imagine, but it could certainly make it interesting because it will be all about timing. If it occurs in the afternoon, it's a bummer. If it occurs while you're sleeping at the beach, in the hotel or wherever, probably won't bother you as much. But hurricane season does ramp up in the months of August, September. We just know that that is to be the case. Got a couple of notes from you I want to share with you if you're on the call. Want to say good morning. I've got some notes. Wanda Poe coming in and says she's got a comment. Everybody, please drink lots of water. Keep the pets watered and stay safe. Thank you, Wanda. That's a great reminder. I think a lot of folks really appreciate that because, again, it's only going to get more taxing heading into this upcoming week ahead. The weekend and beyond will be very, very tough. By the way, it's 6:53. If you're keeping score on the names, and sometimes it's amusing to keep track of, hey, I know somebody named Debbie. She'll be thrilled when she's a tropical storm or hurricane. Well, maybe. But she is the next name on the list, followed by Ernesto, and then Francine, as we typically go from boy to girl to boy names. And Gordon would follow up after Francine. Headlines, hazy, sun, and hotter today. Very hot to end the week, and I dare say, dangerously hot and humid heading into early next week. Temperatures will be in the upper 90s. When I posted my 7-day, I was very clear to say this is not a misprint for my premium members, and I wanted everybody to know that you had to enjoy yesterday because it was a flash in the pan. It was not going to be a standard repeating situation. It's only going to get hotter. Upper 90s will feel like it's about 105, if not hotter, 105 to 110 perhaps heading into the early part of next week. I'm talking Monday and Tuesday, even Wednesday looks very toasty in East Tennessee. Right now we've got 65 degrees. At 6:54, 90% relative humidity, dew point's comfortable, 62. I'd say it's a slice of nice right now as compared to where it will be later on in the weekend. Valley Planner, 91, normal high is 89, so we should be finishing the day about 2 degrees warmer than we are, 2 degrees above normal for this time of year. Got another note from Wanda. She mentioned the water. Make sure the pets stay watered and stay safe. I got Rodney Patterson watching. I'm looking at my phone and I'm noticing some other comments coming in. Thank you for your notes. And Carrie is watching, so glad to have Carrie watching as well. Precipitation chances for the next 7 days. You really have to squint to find anything within spitting distance of East Tennessee over the next 5 days. There's a chance we could get something maybe on Tuesday at the way things are shaping up, and I think our better chance will come Thursday, a week from today. A week from today, that's a long time. I know. A long time, which is why I think the drought monitor could look a lot worse later on when it's published today. Storm Prediction Center showing some colors back toward, looks like Arizona. We could include the Phoenix area. Phoenix, I believe Tucson. Phoenix for isolated. Tucson might get some scattered severe storms. That's a hot spot from the Storm Prediction Center as they color this map today. Rapid City, South Dakota might get an isolated severe storm here on a Thursday, but nothing to report here in Tennessee. Essentially, East Tennessee looks quiet. Maybe some general thunderstorms in light green. Another round of isolated severe storms for the areas around Rapid City, South Dakota on Friday, but severe weather looks like it's pretty subdued heading into Friday afternoon from the Carolina coast, where they will have some possible thunderstorms, but it looks like we're going to be pretty quiet here. And then it really starts to ramp back up on Saturday in the upper plain states. I'm looking at places like Minnesota, looking at St. Cloud and Fargo, North Dakota, even Bismarck may have some scattered severe storms on Saturday. Milwaukee, isolated severe storms, as could Chicago. But all that, again, if you're traveling there, should take note. And if you download the free Captain Accurate Weather app, you yourself will get notified on the locations that are of interest to you. All you have to do is register a location, and you can do up to 16 plus wherever you are would make 17. By the way, the Futurecast shows a big bubble. High pressure overhead, which means we're not going to have any concerns other than little specks of model noise near Louisville. Don't think that'll verify. But that stalled boundary along Virginia Beach will continue to keep the beaches maybe a little unsettled through the day today and tonight. Heading into tonight, heading into Friday, things look quiet. Most of, again, shower activity looks pretty limited west of Bowling Green. And they've got a very slow-moving low across the I-95 corridor heading up towards, say, Philadelphia. That's where things will be. I don't have rain on Saturday. Sorry, I just think this is a little bit overstated, and most of what we see, even to the north, which should be short-lived and pretty much developed during the course of the heating of the day. All right, it's 6:57. Pick out your favorite town. You know it's going to be one of those nice, cool mornings, relatively speaking. But by midday today, we should be around 84. Now, we were still in the 70s, upper 70s, yesterday at noon, so we're going to be a little warmer, and I think you'll sense that first thing in the afternoon. 2 o'clock, about 88 for Knoxville, and should finish the day about 91. I don't see any rain today, although this model looks like a little green dot there in Oak Ridge. That's wishful thinking, in my opinion. But we'll see how the clouds play a role today. I think it's just going to be hazy sun, and then still hotter versus where we were yesterday. Futurecast shows at 11 o'clock tonight. We're still in the 70s, and tomorrow morning we should be around 69, 70 from Oak Ridge to Knoxville. That's my expectation. Notice by the time we hit tomorrow afternoon, it's a game changer. What am I talking about? I'm talking about temperatures warming all the way up into and around 96 degrees. So it's a hotter day tomorrow. It'll be about 5 degrees, roughly 5 degrees warmer where you are tomorrow afternoon as compared to this afternoon. So this heating trend, this warming trend, will only continue as the drumbeat continues. Today, here's our forecast. It's 6:58. Just want to cover any comments that you have about hazy sun, a hotter day, and because, and thankful for it, the winds are coming out of the northeast, so it won't be terribly humid. It'll be hotter, but it won't be terribly humid. And so until that wind changes from the southwest, and it will do so tomorrow afternoon, we'll keep the humidity pretty much on the lower end of the totem pole, the lower end of the scale. But 91 in Oak Ridge, 90 in Morristown, 87 in Crossville, 89 for Middlesboro. It's a hot day in places like Memphis, 92, 94 to Columbia, and 92 in Greensboro. For tonight, looking for a low around 69, partly to mostly cloudy. There'll be some extra clouds here or there, but it will be seasonably warm. Notice the winds still only 3 to 8, and they're out of the northeast. 68 for a low in Morristown, 66 in La Follette, and 64 in Crossville. If you've got a comment, let me know. I'm still looking at Kelly and Wanda, Fred, as well as Steve. Thank you for your comments so thus far. It's now 6:59. Actually, now just turned 7. 7 o'clock. Straight up, here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. Not what you want to see if you're not a fan of summer. Some of you are like, I remember when it snowed this past winter. Yeah, this is just the opposite. This is, remember we had all that snow in January and it didn't melt? Yeah, this is where it gets really hot and it stays hot. Like the ice cream just keeps melting. 98 on Sunday, 99 on Monday, and yes, we have a great chance of taking out the record high from 1995 on Monday. The other records are pretty much triple digits, but they're close, right? They're going to be hot and close to the record highs next week. We'll have examine that a little bit later today or tomorrow. But I will tell you this, with low temperatures in the low to mid 70s, that's when it's really sticky, and it will feel like it's closer to 105, I'm sure, by the time we hit places at times like Tuesday and into Wednesday. But very thankful for all of you. If you're on the call, let me know. I got some other notes that might be coming in. I believe Danny's on the call. And as I wrap things up here this morning, Danny's on here, and I want to wish him a Go Big Orange because he's usually got a Go Vols signature there. Good morning, David. Hope you have a great day. Thank you, Danny. Always appreciate your notes and appreciate those who watch live. By the way, if you haven't picked up the free Captain Accurate Weather app, so many benefits to this app. You get all the weather, plus you get traffic. You get local traffic from the best traffic reporter in town, Pete Michaels. You get all the National Weather Service alerts free to your phone or iPad, plus 3 extras, plus lightning alerts. It's fantastic. All you have to do is search the 2 words, Captain Accurate. Just type in Captain Accurate at the App Store, Google Play, and it'll come up on your phone. By the way, if you want to join us on Premium, we've got something very special planned. We are planning something around the movie Twisters. You know, the sequel to Twister from 1996. That's coming out pretty soon. But we're doing a special watch party. We're going to be doing lots of fun things. If you want to join us on Premium, we're providing free pizza for my Premium members. So if you want to join us, all it takes is a hit of the subscribe button at the top of my Facebook page. We focus on beyond the next 7 days. We usually look at the next 30 days or more. But our focus on Premium is to look beyond the 7-day forecast. You're the first to see every forecast. You get more Facebook Lives, typically at least four extra Facebook Lives in a month's time. You also get fewer ads for 16 cents a day. It's the best bargain in East Tennessee. $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime, but check us out. I think you'd be impressed. Those who are on there have been on there for more than a year and a half, many of them, and they like what they're getting. And usually I'm delivering about, say, 15 to 20 posts per day. And you say, that's too much. Well, sometimes people like to know the drought monitor as soon as it comes out, or likes to know what's going on in terms of 90-degree days, so you might get information a little bit faster if you would like to join us on Premium. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. Stay cool as the heat wave, the heat train is just getting started. We'll see you here soon. Take care.